The latest technology in early cancer detection is rolling out in BC with a test you can take at home. It's a move to get more people screened for cervical cancer. Our Penny Daflos is here. Penny, are there any other benefits to this new test?
Well, the experts are telling us that it is more accurate.
This tiny swab represents a
it avoids the discomfort and unpleasantness of a pap test starting at the end of the month. When it's time for your next test, you can opt to get one of these kits to do a swab test at home. It'll screen for high-risk HPV that could be a precursor to cervical cancer. Now here's the story.
This tiny swab represents a major innovation in cancer screening. By the end of the month, collecting a sample in the comfort of your home and mailing it to the BC Cancer Agency with prepaid postage will be an option instead of the traditional unpleasant pap test.
HPV-based screening is more effective at identifying those with precancerous lesions.
Participants in a BC pilot project want other women to know.
The instructions were easy to follow, super easy. It only took a minute.
Rather than testing for changes in cervical cells, it detects HPV, the human papillomavirus.
It's a much more sensitive test than a pap test. Which means that it is going to pick up a lot more cases.
Tests will happen every 5 years rather than every 3. Healthcare providers are emphasizing an abnormal result triggers further testing, which isn't necessarily cause for concern.
This doesn't test for cancer. What it does is it tests for high-risk HPV, which may cause cancer. So just because you have a positive test does not mean you have cancer.
And for those without a family doctor, a primary care provider will be assigned if abnormal results need more tests.
This is an important element to our cancer system when we want to build out as we work to eliminate cervical cancer in BC within 10 years.
BC's screening system has been struggling with long delays to results, prompting the Cancer Agency to send a third of pap samples outside the country last year.
Will we continue to rely on American labs to do these tests?
The HPV program, it gives us an opportunity to repatriate all of the testing that we're doing in the United States, and so we're quite satisfied that moving forward we'll be in a position where all of the testing will be dealt with locally.
200 people are diagnosed with cervical cancer each year in BC. The province hopes to bring that down to 0 with treatment at the pre-cancer phase, essentially a minor procedure in a doctor's office.
Penny, that would be amazing if they could completely eliminate cervical cancer. But what about the pelvic exam that some women are expecting during a traditional pap test?
Well, here's the thing. Those pap tests only happened every 3 years anyhow, so healthcare providers are really emphasizing if you've got symptoms or gynecological issues of any kind, don't wait, go see somebody. The swab test is for asymptomatic screening and should not replace a pelvic exam that could help diagnose all sorts of issues that have nothing to do with cancer, mi-jung.
All right, thank you, Penny.
You bet.